Oh my god. Do I need to case? I forgot about this. Four clues, 12 clues, 20 clues, draw. Okay, so we need to. I don't have any. Oh, okay, I need to change it to Korean. Okay. Suburban Mansion.
마술단 공연은 절대 중단 못해. 유나야, 가서 단원들한테 전해. 남은 공연 그대로 진행한다고.
The middle-aged man's voice resounds firmly in the room, and the young female assistant immediately nods in response.
네, 바로 전할게요.
After the lady leaves, the man is about to leave as well when Captain Morgan rushes to stop him.
반우재 씨, 심정은 이해합니다만 현 상황을 생각해서 경찰 수사에 협조해 주시길 바랍니다. 오늘 공연장에서 다치신 것도 관중들 모두가 목격했죠. 용의자가 인터넷에 공개한 협박글이 절로 떠오르더군요.
협박이라뇨? 게시글은 그저 저에 대한 루머일 뿐입니다. 도구에 손이 맞은 것뿐이었다고요? 그게 전부인데 왜 공연을 진행할 수 없다는 거죠? 엄반장님, 제가 할 수 있는 일은 다 했다고 생각합니다. 신고도 했고 아는 건 모두 말씀드렸으니까요. 하나만 요청드리죠. 이번 일로 우리 마술단 공연 일정에 차질이 생기지 않았으면 합니다. 다들 이번 공연을 위해 오래간 준비했는데 근거 없는 협박 때문에 공연을 중단할 수는 없습니다.
하지만 지금 상황이...
죄송합니다. 제가 좀 바빠서요. 이번 일은 이미 변호인에게 전권 위임까지 끝냈습니다. 그러니 제 변호인과 얘기하시죠.
Is it us? Emmanuel Parker points to you, who is standing off to the side. He then turns around and strides out of the room. Captain Morgan sighs in distress and looks at you. We can see the helplessness in his eyes.
테미스에서 반우재 씨 의뢰를 맡게 될 줄은 몰랐네요.
Mr. Parker entrusted me with this case, and I'm here to get a better understanding of the situation. The man who just strode out of the room is none other than Emmanuel Parker, who Captain Morgan was just talking about. He is the founder of Tuesday Magic Troupe and is known as the greatest magician of the century. But what's more important to you and the Antwerps is that Emmanuel Parker seems to have a connection to the case you all are investigating. It all started 3 hours ago. The conference room at Antwerp's headquarters 3 hours ago.
겨울 매직 페스티벌의 비밀 폭로. 천재 마술사 반우재의 숨겨진 더러운 과거? 당장 가식적인 공연을 중단하고 과거를 참회해라. 그렇지 않으면 대중 앞에서 네가 저지른 죄의 대가를 치러야 할 것이다. 하늘이 무심한 듯해도 악인은 결코 놓치지 않는다. 심판자는 이미 나타났고 결국 넌 과거에 저지른 죄값을 치르게 될 것이다.
It's the day for your routine meeting. You step into the conference room and see Maris leaning back on the couch, frowning at his phone screen. What are you looking at?
위더라는 유저가 빅데이터 센터 마술 커뮤니티에 글을 올렸어요. 아침 5시쯤 올린 글인데 지금 순위가 커뮤니티 1위예요.
You read the post on Mary's phone word for word. How confusing. Is this some kind of a joke? Hold on, Emmanuel Parker? That sounds familiar.
그 유명한 마술사 있잖아요. 해마다 TV에서 마술 공연도 하고 대상도 많이 받은 사람이요.
That seems to ring a bell. I watched his show when I was a kid.
그쵸? 반우젠의 마술단은 매해 겨울마다 놀이공원에서 무료 마술 공연을 하고 있어요. 꼬마 친구들이 제일 보고 싶어하는 공연이죠.
You seem to know him very well.
그야 반우제 마술사가 무대에서 선보이는 마술이 어릴 적 즐거움이었으니까요.
무슨 이야기 중인가요?
Vince's voice rings out behind you, interrupting Mary's enthusiastic speech. You turn around and find that Artem and Luke are here too. What a coincidence, you guys arrived at the same time.
응, 마침 입구에서 만났어.
집으로 데리러 가려고 했는데 와 있었네요.
다음에는 조금 더 일찍 와야겠어요.
There is nothing remarkable about what they are saying, yet you feel the atmosphere growing tenser.
본론으로 돌아가죠. 방금 반우제 이야기를 했던 것 같은데요.
Luckily, everyone's attention is drawn to Artem and the subject changes.
다들 그 게시글 보셨어요?
네, 마침 오늘이 미림 놀이공원에서 1년에 한 번 여는 겨울 매직 페스티벌이거든요. 얼마 전 반우제가 대외적으로 건강 때문에 무대에서 물러난다고 했죠. 올해 겨울이 마지막 개인 공연인 셈이에요. 그래서 관심이 유난히 많이 몰렸어요. 공연이 9시쯤 시작인데 지금 오전 10시 반이에요. 공연 중 절반은 끝났겠어요. 인터넷에서 공연 관련 게시글을 보려 했는데 바로 이게 눈에 들어오더라고요.
작성자는 공연 시작 전에 맞춰서 가십거리를 퍼뜨렸을 거예요.
직감상 다른 목적이 있어 보여.
Wait a minute. This sentence in the post is all your deceptive performance now and repent your past. Does that mean that he wanted Emmanuel Parker to cancel today's show? But the show has already started. That means the magic troupe didn't notice the post and move forward according to schedule. Is Mr. Parker going to be in danger?
그렇게 생각하면 게시글 속 정보는 모두 반우제 한 사람을 타깃으로 한 협박이겠네요. 그리고 이렇게 애매한 고발글은 공론화되기 쉽죠.
맞아요. 지금 게시글에 관심이 엄청 몰렸어요. 다들 이번 사건 배후에 있는 진실을 추측하고 있죠. 오늘 공연이 순조롭게 끝날지 내기하는 호사가들도 덜어 있고요.
As of now, there are hundreds of thousands of comments on readers' posts. The ambiguous word and embellished description are likely to attract interest. Obviously, the poster has achieved their goal of attracting attention.
그렇다면 시시한 내기는 끝날 수 있겠군요. 오늘 관중들은 공연을 끝까지 보지 못할 테니까요.
What do you mean? Vin holds up his phone.
방금 뜬 속보예요. 30분 전에 반우제가 탈출 마술을 보이다가 사고가 났다네요. 상자 위에 걸려있던 낫이 갑자기 떨어져서 반우제의 팔에 떨어졌다고 해요. 경찰이 개입해 조사 중이지만 갑자기 일어난 사건이라 사고인지 고의적인 상해인지 확신할 수 없어요.
What? How is Emmanuel Parker doing?
낫이 떨어지면서 팔을 스쳤는데 다행히 날을 걸지 않아서 심각한 상처는 아니라네요.
대중 앞에서 네가 저지른 죄의 대가를 치러야 할 것이다. 계시를 들으며
Is this a coincidence or a conspiracy? Amenoparchy is an experienced magician. Checking props and stage equipment before going on stage should be a routine for him. It's possible that he missed it, but that post has cast an air of suspicion over the accident. It makes it seem more like a setup.
유신 씨, 게시글 작성자 위치 파악 좀 가능할까요?
아마 될 거예요.
Marius quickly taps on his phone and sends a message. A couple of minutes later, the screen lights up.
찾아도 안 나오네요. 설마 이번 상대도 프로 해커는 아니겠죠?
10분 전에 위더가 새로운 걸 올렸어요. 보세요.
He turns on the computer and quickly punches in some command. A website with a poker face shows up on the big screen. It looks like some kind of kid fight game.
위더가 방금 공개한 하우스 오브 카드라는 카드 게임 사이트예요. 사이트에는 네티즌이 완성하길 기다리는 여러 개의 미션 지령이 있어요.
미션 지령이요?
Atom flips through the tabs and clicks on the list. Each task is followed by a clue. The clues are marked with a question mark as if they are waiting for someone to unravel its hidden
어디
secret.
보자.
Lutz leans forward and takes a closer look at the website.
게임 규칙은 미션을 완료하면 단서와 비밀 아이템을 얻을 수 있어요. 단서는 소위 특종을 알려주고 비밀 아이템은 하우스 오브 카드에서 보상으로 교환할 수 있네요. 이미 관심이 여기로 쏠리고 있나봐요. 지금 사이트 조회수가 올라가는 중이에요.
What's that? Some kind of a bounty?
일종의 포위 사냥 같아요. 사냥꾼은 숲에 숨어 사냥감이 포위당해 죽는 모습을 감상하는 거죠.
하인 엔지니어도 작성자를 추적하는데 실패했어요. 이 사람 터지지 않은 폭탄 같은 존재예요. 인터넷으로 무슨 일을 할지 아무도 몰라요. 빅데이터 센터가 또 해커족에게 공격받는 일은 없었으면 해요.
Should we get in touch with Captain Morgan so we can figure out what's going on there?
다른 선택지가 있을 수도 있겠어요.
Atom hands through his phone. It's a message from Celestine from not long ago.
반원제가 이번 여론 사건을 테미스에 맡겼어요. 우리가 이 의뢰를 받는다면 의뢰의 명목으로 반원제에게 직접 상황을 알아볼 수 있겠죠.
What? That's way too much of a coincidence. First, there are posts about Emmanuel Parker all over the internet, then he gets injured at a show. And just when you are going to speak to the police, you receive Emmanuel Parker escapes. It's as if there's an invisible force pushing you from behind. It's like someone is arranging for you to walk into this ploy.
이번 의뢰 어떻게 생각해요?
To be honest, it is a good idea to take the case and get first-hand information from Emmanuel Parker ourselves. But the situation is developing too quickly. I fear that there's probably more to the story.
우리가 얻은 정보는 한계가 있어요. 지금까지의 단서로만은 갈피를 잡을 수 없어요. 하지만 전 믿어요. 계속 파고들면 언젠가는 모든 수수께끼가 풀릴 거예요.
맞아요. 기회가 생겼으니까 잡아보자고요.
Okay then, I will take the case. And just like that, you became Emmanuel Parker's attorney. That's about it. You briefly explained to Captain Morgan your reasons for being here. As Mr. Parker's attorney, I came to get more information from the man himself. I didn't expect to see you here too.
그렇게 된 일이었군요.
Captain Morgan frowns and pauses for a second.
다들 예상하신 대로 확실히 골치 아픈 부분이 많습니다. 다른 분들도 잠깐 서로 와주실 수 있을까요? 제가 조사한 상황을 공유해드리고 싶어서요. 아마 여러분의 도움이 필요할지도 모르겠네요.
Of course, they are in the area. I'll tell them to come now. You send a message in the group chat and everyone rushes over to join you. Then you drive to the police station with Captain Morgan. Police station.
그럼 바로 본론부터 말씀드리죠. 위더가 올린 사이트는 저희 쪽에서도 아직 추적이 안 되고 있습니다. 동료가 추측한 바로는 신종 은닉 수단으로 소스 코드를 숨긴 것 같다는 의견입니다. 해독하려면 시간이 너무 걸려서 바누제 씨부터 조사하려 했지만
Parker refused to cooperate. It took a long time just to convince him. So, Captain Morgan, what can we do for you?
여러분이 평범한 네티즌으로 위장해 미스터리 계정 위더가 올린 미션을 받았으면 합니다.
그러니까 위더가 준 단서를 토대로 조사란 말씀이시죠?
저희가 위더의 관심을 끌길 바라시는 것 같아요.
맞습니다. 누군가 계속 단서를 쫓는다면 위더가 다음 행동을 취하도록 유도할 수 있습니다. 그때 저희 쪽에서 인터넷 동향을 살펴 상대 측 주소를 해독해내는 거죠.
효과는 확실하겠네요.
하지만 그러면 이번 사건의 리스크도 같이 커질 텐데요.
I agree. If the website keeps putting out information, it will inevitably increase the publicity around the case.
그 부분도 고려해서 여론은 경찰에서 통제 가능한 범위를 벗어나지 않도록 최대한 컨트롤할 생각입니다. 그리고 대중은 인위적으로 가려낸 정보보다 투명한 진실을 알길 원하죠.
Alright. I will cooperate with the police and follow up on Wither. After all, it's also my obligation to find the truth as Mr. Parker's attorney.
미리 말해두겠지만 이번 조사는 나도 끼워줘야 해요. 빅데이터 센터의 안전을 위해서 그 녀석의 정체를 알아낼 거예요.
Sure, let's investigate together then.
당신의 파트너로서 저도 같이 조사할 책임이 있어요.
It's a great relief to have you on the team, Mr. Wing.
백은호 씨는 안 그래도 바쁠 텐데 난 요즘 별일 없거든. 너랑 같이 조사하면 딱이겠어.
그래도 좋고 도움이 필요하면 바로 절 찾아주세요.
For some reason, when they all talk together, there's this strange feeling, the same feeling you had when you were in Antwerp's meeting group earlier. No problem, we're a team, let's do it together. They nod quietly and no more words are said. Captain Morgan takes the chance to speak his mind.
그럼 이쪽에 새로운 소식이 생기면 바로 연락드리죠. 다른 분들도 조사 중 뭐든지 발견하시면 바로 저나 경찰들 통해서 연락 부탁드립니다.
Will do, Captain Morgan. You feel better now that things are somewhat settled. The game is on. You need to follow through till the very end. It's your desire and your responsibility to uncover Wither's motive and the whole truth. Okay, the group chat. Wither for something. What did he say? Wait. Something about Emmanuel Parker's experience before he became famous, as well as the magic troupe he worked for. Same as before, apart from some opinionated descriptions, the whole post is filled with anger and hatred for Emmanuel Parker. Emmanuel Parker has performed in other magic troupes before. As far as I know, the Tuesday Magic troupe has been around for 14 years, so he left the previous magic troupe a long time ago. He did. Why is Gabriel bringing up this ancient mystery now? I feel like there's a lot of mysteries to be solved. Is there any other information mentioned in the post? According to him, the previous magic troupe disbanded soon after Emmanuel Parker left. After that, no one has heard anything about any of the crew. Emmanuel Parker is the only one who made his way as an internationally acclaimed master magician. Is he implying that the disbanding of the troupe has something to do with Emmanuel Parker's work? Is a possibility. It looks like an investigation of his former magic troupe is needed. Marius, did Wither mention the exact address the magic troupe was at? He did. The post C is near where Emmanuel Parker's current Tuesday magic troupe is hosted. That's in the Long Beach district. But it's been a long time. Is it still there? Good news. I just checked. Not only the troupe, but its former assistant is still there. I have contacted him, and he agreed to let us investigation. That's great. Let's hurry up and get moving. Alright, everyone, let's get moving. What are you doing? Don't you think shouting like this before we start an investigation help everyone out? I guess I shouldn't expect much else out of you. Sure, it's coming with me. Meet you all in the beach. Okay, whatever it is. Wait for me, I'll be right back. Trust you. Magic troupe always trust. Following the clues, you arrive at the former address of the magic troupe in Long Beach. Just as you get inside, a middle-aged man wearing the troupe's uniform approaches you. Are you the investigation team that contacted me? I am Trey, the administrator of the police and the former assistant to the magic troupe. Nice to meet you all. So he is the assistant you talked to. Hello, thank you for allowing us to visit. You're welcome. I'm glad I can be a help. Allow me to give you a brief introduction to the police. This used to be the file room. After all these years, it is the only room that still has some old stuff left in it. Feel free to check everything, but please restore the room to its original state when you're done. Thanks, we'll make sure to do that. This place has been under my care for years. If you have any problem, you're welcome to ask me. Alright, I appreciate your support. I think I'll just clean all first. Investigate later. And do the task. Not that, but I guess this guy. Oh no, where is my ticket? I remember I had it with me. Where is it? Sir, hi. It's a ticket to the Winter Magic Festival. It took me a lot of effort to get one and I lost it. I'm a big fan of Evan Parker. I grew up watching the show. If I don't get to see his retirement performance, I'll be so sad. I won't be able to function anymore and I will regret it for the rest of my life. That's a bit of an exaggeration. Don't worry, where were you before you came here? Let's split up. It will be more efficient. Let me think. Well, I live in West Hemingway High Street and I took the subway to get here. I didn't really go anywhere else. How about you keep looking around here? I'll go to West Hemingway High Street and look for it. Thank you so much. Seriously? Mr. Ticket, where are you? It's so small. I better be more careful. Not here. Let's look as well. I found you. Oops, it's just a flyer. Yikes, time is running out. I better hurry up. The wind is so strong and it's a bit cold. This ticket is really light. Could it have been blown away by the wind? I'll follow the direction of the wind and look for it. There is something on the grass over there. Winter Magic Festival event at Sally's Amusement Park. Hey, this is the ticket. So it was flown to the ground. Great, he can finally watch the show. Oh my god, seriously. You're back. Is that? Yes, your ticket. I found it on the grass near the subway entrance on West Hemingway High Street. Thank you so much. I would have missed the show without your help. You saved the day. Sir, don't you think you're overreacting? You have no idea how happy I am right now. These are tears of pure joy. I can finally watch Emmanuel Parker's magic show. Congratulations and don't lose your tickets again. Oh my god, seriously? Okay. Wait, yeah, I will do it later because I mean like this stuff, sorry, this to be like done so later I guess. Okay, so let's, yeah, I want to draw first. Anyone? Right, and then, oh, nothing. Okay, so I guess here. The magic troop overdress. According to the assistant, the room you are looking for is at the end of the corridor. Although it's been maintained, you can still see the traces of time. There is dust flying everywhere, and the smell of the stale air marks the rich rain of time over this place. You and Artem carefully search around the room, and suddenly something sparkles and catches your attention. Mr. Wayne, this cabinet the sun's shining upon. Something is reflecting the sunlight in here. You get closer to see what is written on the memory card, but it's too dusty to be legible. You wipe the dust off with the wet wipes you carry. It's as if you are brushing away fragments of time. Artem takes the frame from your hand and wipes it carefully. After cleaning the frame for a while, you can finally make out what it is. It's a picture frame. The color of the photo inside has faded due to time. You can barely make out that it's a photo group. This must be the magic troop photo mentioned in the clues. The background of the photo seems to be a stage. There is a dozen young performers dressed in a variety of magic show costumes, and they are smiling brightly. The magician standing in the middle can be vaguely recognized as Emmanuel Parker from the outline of his portrait. The person in the middle has to be Emmanuel Parker, but who is that next to him? That person is also wearing a magician's costume and appears to be very close to Emmanuel Parker. From the costume, it seems like that's Emmanuel Parker's assistant magician. In the photo, Emmanuel Parker's body is obviously leaning towards the assistant, which probably means they are quite close to each other. Emmanuel Parker is so famous now, and yet this assistant magician seems to be a nobody. Well, maybe something happened that people don't know about. But what does this have to do with Wither? We'll see. There are probably other clues. The moment you walk into the room, the dust is in the air makes both you and Marius begin to sneeze in succession. You walk carefully around the room. Suddenly, you trip over something. Oh, what is this? You sweep the dust off the object, and it easily fills the air. Newspaper. You turn on your phone's flashlight and shines it into the dim corner so that Marius can easily read it. Shocking accident during escape magician. Assistant magician Aiden Bridge dies on the spot. Magic has become a high-risk occupation. Magic show turns into a tragic accident. What caused the death of Eden Bridge? The news is all about Emmanuel Parker and the accident he had during the magic show. The headlines were all over the news. It seems like the accident had a huge impact back then. Why does Peter want us to read this? Does he just want to tell us that Emmanuel Parker also experienced a failure, and that making mistakes during doing magic should not be an issue of a national concern? I'm afraid the real cause of national concern is the accidental death of the assistant magician. Miss, I just found a very interesting report. Look. Mary sent you a piece of newspaper. It's a tabloid that often publishes alarmist reports. The article he is showing you was published in the tabloid a year after the accident. After the death of Eden Bridge, Emmanuel Parker, who had retired from public life a year earlier, finally succeeded in performing escape magic again. While marveling about his miraculous comeback, people were reminded of the skepticism they had about his performance a year earlier. That's what makes Emmanuel Parker's success especially important. I think in the future Emmanuel Parker will be a hit all over the world with his escape magic. I just wonder if anyone will remember that Aiden Bridge died of suffocation in that water tank. This reporter appears to be praising Emmanuel Parker for his success, but his article is full of conspiracy theories. The report we found earlier when Aiden Bridge's accident first happened. Regardless of the length of the article, there seems to be some skepticism about the prospects of escape magic. Emmanuel Parker successfully performed the escape again under the pressure of public scrutiny. It's no wonder that it caused so much sensation. I think readers want us to read the report on purpose. Could he and this reporter share the opinion that Emmanuel Parker has gained something from this accident? Well, it does seem that incident did Emmanuel Parker a lot of good, but that's only our speculation. No one would expect it to go that way before the accident happened. That's true. Who could have predicted what happened back then? Why did Wither bring this up? And what role did Emmanuel Parker play in the accident? There are so many questions to consider. Don't worry, as long as we continue to investigate, we will find the answer. The door to the room makes a loud and loud noise as you gently push it open. A thick layer of dust greets you. Luckily, Luke anticipated this and has instructed you to cover your mouth and nose early on. You wait at the door for a while so the dust can settle. Luke, I'm so glad to have you here. It's nothing. Dust is a close friend to antiques. Careful, don't bump into anything. Now that Luke mentions it, you notice there is a man-sized wooden box on the right side of the wall. What is that? It's a prop for escape magic, but it seems to have been tampered with. Please point to a very large hole. It looks as if it was broken with an axe or some other heavy tool. Magic props need to be customized and cost a lot of money. It is usually well taken care of. So how could this wooden box be broken like this? Unless... You and Luke look at each other. His gaze makes you muster your courage to speak your mind, even though what you're going to say may be gut-wrenching. The old magic prop is soaked in the tears of the departed. Does that mean something bad happened? And as a last resort, someone had to destroy the prop. It could have been a life-threatening situation. Is this evidence of Emmanuel Parker's failure? But Emmanuel Parker is safe and sound now, so the departed part can't be referring to him. Well, isn't Emmanuel Parker the only person who performed the escape magic? It feels like we are stumbling on more and more mysteries. The owner of this place seems to have left in a hurry. The notebook on the table is open, but is covered in a thick layer of dust. Vin takes a handkerchief from his pocket and picks up the notebook. The open page shows records of Emmanuel Parker's most famous magic trick, the Great Escape. Why? Why didn't it work? I've tested it several times. In addition to some diagrams, there are some scribbled notes beside him. This is it. Just a small change right here and it will work. Now, I finally can. The author seems to be in some kind of frenzy. The handwriting is more scribbled in the later part, and after all these years, it has become completely illegible. Unfortunately, the content of the notebook is unreadable now. It will be difficult to extract effective information from the contents of this notebook alone. However, we can take it as a whole to decipher the deeper meaning behind it. What do you mean? Although the notebook has a lot of magic tricks in it, only the part about the Great Escape has ambiguous writing. Judging from the handwriting, the author was overwhelmed by his emotions as he wrote. The amount of readable text is limited, but it's enough for us to get a simple profile of the author of the notebook. The notebook is a record of the operating principle of many magic tricks and the way to improve them, which indicates that the author... As you ponder, you pick up the notebook to carefully examine again. He is very serious about magic and his notes are quite detailed. However, this is not directly related to this. He knows a lot about magic. One could even say that he is an original. I feel that he pays special attention to escape magic, and that is the bit that is worth further investigation. Of course, we can assume that he focused on escape magic because it was his job, but judging from his writing and his state of mind at that time, I am more inclined to think that his interest in escape magic is out of a vicious intent. I agree with most of your inference, but Isn't it a bit hasty to conclude that he has a vicious intent? This is a conclusion that I have reached using my experience and intuition. It is normal that you have some doubts. Dr. Richter, I didn't mean to contradict you. That is alright. I have always appreciated your rationality. You refuse to follow others blindly and instead you rely on evidence. Huh? We'll need more evidence to prove my theory. Let's keep looking. We have investigated everything of interest here. Let's go back and sort out all the new information. Hello, welcome to the Magic Troop. Hello, thank you for agreeing our research. Of course, we are glad to help. However, I hope you will try to keep things as they are. Okay, we will make sure of that. Oh, that's all. So I need this. The fastest way to get to know Aiden Bridge is to ask the assistant questions. He should know him very well. Alright, let us be on our way. After a lot of looking around, you finally find the former assistant of the Magic Troop in a corner of the old venue. He has a glass of beer in his hand and is still wearing the Magic Troop's uniform. It seems that he has a deep affection for the Magic Troop. So, can we ask you a few questions about the Magic Troop? Okay, but be quick. Do you remember Aiden Bridge? Of course, I could never forget him. The stoic assistant looks sad now. Your tone tells me that Aiden Bridge has left a deep impression on you. It wasn't just me. The newspaper at that time were reporting on him day and night. You see, the door was constantly surrounded by reporters. Amano Parker even had to ask me to keep present reporters from walking in the door. You look in the direction he points at. There is a rusty iron door. It looks so isolated. It's hard to imagine that it was once surrounded by so many people. Reporters? Why would there be reporters? Did Aiden Bridge perform some widely successful magic tricks? Successful magic tricks? Ha 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 ha. On the contrary, his magic tricks were great failures. The failures were so great that he lost his life. What happened? Well, I don't know. I was new to the magic troop. I didn't have much magic experience and didn't really understand all of it. What I remember is that right in front of a large audience, Aiden had a fatal accident in the water tank. When I understood what happened and rushed up with the axe, it was too late. You and Finn remained silent. It takes a while for the assistant to calm down. And it was a very nice person who loved to study magic. Who could expect such an accident to happen? Did he have any family? He seldom talked about anything other than magic. He seemed to have a child, but I don't know any more details. Thank you. That's about all we wanted to know. No problem. I'm glad I could be your assistant. After getting the information, you and Marius plan to ask the assistant about Mino Parker. Hello, there is some information about Emmanuel Parker that we would like to confirm with you. Tell us anything you know about Emmanuel Parker. Okay, what do you want to confirm? What kind of person is Emmanuel Parker? Well, actually, when I was in the magic troop, I seldom interacted with Emmanuel Parker. I deliberately avoided having too much contact with him. Why? As the pillar of your magic troop, he was supposed to be very popular. Emmanuel Parker was a very serious person in his daily life. He was too straightforward. He was very good as a magician, but he didn't have good people skills. Did people in the magic troop dislike him? Not really. Emmanuel Parker was not very sociable, but his assistant Aiden Bridge was always there to help. So people were more in awe of him instead of disliking him. Can you tell us more about me, Emmanuel Parker and Aiden Bridge? I can't remember the specifics. I just remember that Emmanuel Parker and Aiden Bridge were best friends in the magic troupe. Or rather, Aiden Bridge was probably Emmanuel Parker's only friend. Although they often had a disagreement about the magic show, only Aiden Bridge could persuade him when Emmanuel Parker got himself into a rut. Is there anything else you want to know? That's all for now, thank you. Sure, let's go see if there are any more leads. Okay, the last lead we have here. Shurara, check out this clue. Do you see anything strange about it? Anything strange? Wither is like a witness to the incident. He knows the details really well. But there is one thing that Wither is completely unaware of. You mean Wither doesn't know that while the magic troupe is long gone, the old venue has been preserved? Since Wither is so concerned about the magic Emerald Parker, he should have known about the preservation of the old magic troupe venue. But he doesn't seem to know that it was preserved. Who is preserving the old venue and why? If the magic troupe has been disbanded, then this place shouldn't exist either. That's right, as expected of my Watson. I don't have an answer to your first question, but I have one for the latter question. Huh? Come on, let's go find the assistant. He should know the answer to your question. You approach the assistant and ask him the question. He is surprised to hear it, but he soon laughed out loud. You are curious why the old site is still being kept around? Can't it just be because I'm a nostalgic guy? If that were the case, you would have maintained it and restored it to its former glory. Besides, you have been here all day long. How do you even make a living? Hearing those words, his eyes light up a bit. You are perceptive. Part of the reason why I say here is that I miss the old days. The other part is because it's a request of a friend. You all know him. Is it Emmanuel Parker? Man, you have guessed it all. No wonder my magic tricks don't get much applause. But he asked you to stay here and keep everything the way it was. He didn't say much, but I can basically guess some of his reasons for doing so. The accident from years ago has always haunted him. Keeping the place as it was is like a reminder for him. What kind of accident? It was the magic troupe's final show. While performing this great escape, Emmanuel Parker's assistant suffocated in a tank of water. This failed performance had a serious impact on the troupe's business. It drove us to the ground where we eventually had to close up. So this is why the magic troupe disbanded? Yes, although it was an accident, Mr. Parker blamed himself for it. That's why it's been so hard for him to get over it all. Then again, no one can get over witnessing something like that easily. After saying this, the assistant became a bit sad. It looks like the accident really had a huge impact. Let's stop bothering him and go check on some other thing. Okay, so I will do this on my own. This is chat room. The chat room. This is truth. Okay. Okay, I guess that is all.